Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about health and what is health, and a little bit of what the crap is in my mouth? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to be talking about health and all things health related. So the World Health Organization, also known as WHO, and no, not the rock band. The World Health Organization has defined health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. So this is something that we just recently talked about in one of my classes, and I knew that it was something that we needed to discuss here on the channel. So let's go over that again. So we have a mental aspect, a physical aspect, and a social aspect. All right, so let's break that down even further. Physical health, and this can be debatable, is the absence of disease and disability. Now, that's not to say if you have a disease or a disability, that's not to say that you're not in good physical health. You still may be able to do things. There are people all the time that have disabilities, that are missing a limb, or they have some kind of, they have diabetes, which is a disease. That's not to say that you're not in good physical health, because there's a second portion to that definition. Energy to accomplish daily tasks and active leisure without undue fatigue. So what that's saying is, if you have some kind of disease like diabetes or something of that nature, Crohn's disease or whatever, it's okay. You still might be in physical health if you're able to perform your daily activities. That's not to say that if you are missing a limb or you have some form of other physical disability that you can't perform daily tasks. Guys, I herniated a disc in my thoracic spine 7 years ago, and 5 years later, I got my all-time personal record on a deadlift of 500 pounds. Don't tell me that just because you have a physical ailment that you can't do something. All right, now let's look at part 2 of health, mental. Now, this also has multi-layers into the definition. The absence of mental disabilities, the ability to meet daily challenges and social interactions without undue mental, emotional, or behavioral problems. That's not to say that you can't have bipolar disorder or some other form of mental, whatever that labels you, ADD, ADHD, whatever kind of mental label you've been gave or someone has given someone else. That's not to say that you're not a healthy human being. What classifies you as being healthy is if you have something like that, but you're still able to perform everyday tasks like a functional human being, like a functional adult. It's okay to have anxiety, just as long as you can still function as a human being. It's okay to be depressed, just as long as you can continue functioning. When you're not able to function with some kind of mental state like that, that's when you start falling along the lines of being unhealthy. Last but not least, we're going to talk about social health. And that is defined as the ability to interact effectively with other people and the social environment, enjoying satisfying personal relationships. Enjoy satisfying personal relationships. That does not mean Facebook. That does not mean Twitter. That does not mean Instagram. Is that being social? Yeah, of course, it's social media. But that's not a personal relationship. A personal relationship is actually going out and catching lunch with someone, going out for a movie with a friend or a loved one or a family member, whatever. As long as you're able to go about your daily life around other people, that classifies you as being socially healthy. Now, guys, by no means should you take this as my definitions. I'm pulling this straight from the World Health Organization and my advanced exercise physiology class. For those of you that don't know, advanced exercise physiology, the class that I'm taking right now, one of the things that we're doing in the class and focusing on is discussing how exercise is a form of medicine and how it can be used to prevent and cure some diseases. Now, guys, when we talk about fitness models and bodybuilders and people that are quote unquote extreme, you cannot classify them as unhealthy if they're meeting these standpoints of physical, mental, and social health. As long as they're meeting those three things and they're able to function as a normal human being, and by normal I just mean being able to do your daily tasks, being able to do some form of physical activity, and being able to mentally and socially cope with all the things that are around you. As long as they are healthy, normal people, then they're fine. Just because they diet to extreme levels or just because they exercise to extreme levels does not mean that they're unhealthy. Now, that's not to say that someone with anorexia or bulimia is healthy. By no means am I implying that. Those are diseases in a sense that there's a mental and a physical aspect that these people have to overcome. That we're not going to get into that because I know that's a touchy subject for a lot of people, and by no means am I trying to offend anybody, obviously. I'm just trying to use examples. Now, as I wrap this up, guys, if you have any questions, obviously ask down below. But I do have a free ebook for those that are just getting started into fitness. The link is down below, along with all my social media, online training, that sort of stuff. You can check all that down in the description box. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope you guys have a great day.